Folks, Hot Rod Rodney 25, aka Out of Scale Railroad, coming back to you with a little bit of an update on the Prestonburg area. Well, as you can see, the railroad owns this whole piece of land, but they decided that they was not going to keep the switches and the Prestonburg yard anymore. It wasn't getting used, and it probably wasn't going to get used very much. They have had some ideas what to do with the area. We'll get more information on all that stuff later. But right now, you can see there's some construction that's been going on. The road is going. The track is temporarily tore up. Excuse the paintbrush and all that mess. But it's a work in progress. Prestonburg is getting a total facelift, for the exception of my rock walls, my bridge. The bridge I'm not sure about. We'll see what happens there. But the rock cut and all, I'm leaving there because that took me a lot of time to do. Back here, I had another idea and I tore out the tunnel because I needed the space, and I don't know if I'm going to do the idea yet or not, but it's a work in progress also. You can see the wall is still going. So the bumpers I will clean up and use in a different part. The tape is to cover up the big holes. You can see a big hole right there, but the rest of the holes where my wire and stuff was for my switches is all covered up as I work on this mess. And back here's some more pieces of tape everywhere. But for right now, that's going to do. I'm going to save these. They're going to go in probably back in the scenery somewhere. I'm just going to leave them like that and just recover them up once the glue and water and dish soap and alcohol and all that takes effect to it. It'll glue itself back down, I'm pretty sure. They was actually put in with wood glue and everything, and for all this mess, I'm finding straight alcohol is the best thing for sand and dirt right now. What little dirt is actually left in there, what I didn't scrape up from the first time. But being that this is just sand, 3 different colors of sand, just soak it down with alcohol, and it's scraping up in layers, as you can see right there, and a couple other pieces. Just a little tip, get yourself an old blender, or off of eBay or yard sale or garage sale, or an auction or any place like that. even Amazon probably have kitchen appliances cheap. Or you can go get one at Walmart for about $15, where I got mine. Just the cheapest blender you can find, because eventually, you're gonna have the blade coming loose and possibly blowing it up in the future from all the work that it's trying to do. But all this sand, all that sand, guys, I'm going to put in the blender, blend it back up into actual sand, and add it to what has already came off of the recycling part of the Prestonburg area. All that is recycled dirt from the mountain that I tore up. And what I've scraped along there and back here in the what was once a campground, rail fanning, rail trail, mountain area. I guess you want to call all of it. But anyway, guys, that's what I've been working on. I have other ideas in mind. And it's got to be done now, because once this is put back on, I only have that access hole and the access hole back there. I'll be able to reach only so far here, but back there I will be hopefully tearing that straight section of track back there up, and adding feeders on almost every piece. That way, when I cover the whole thing up in the mountain area, I got plenty of feeders back there that ain't gonna, hurt anything. The more feeders, the more electrical contact. So, it seems to run pretty good back in there, just with the one feeder, and then got one on up here somewhere, and you got one back here right there at the end of the switch. So, I mean, I've got them, almost every 3 foot or whatever. But I'm thinking, since this is going to be a mountain area, and it's going to be a little bit of a long distance, not real bad. I mean, it's 6 foot long, this board. So I don't know, we'll see. See if I get back there and get it tore up and get some feeder wires in it. The wire ain't really going to matter if it's on the wall behind the track, because the wall is going to get covered up with the old wall that actually came off of it. I'm going to cut it down and just screw it right to the wall for a background. And then I don't know what I'm actually going to do out front here yet. I'm thinking about putting pieces of foam or something like that along there and carving it, or something like that. I don't really know. I'm not going to be able to really get back there too easy if there is a derailment. I'm probably going to make the mountain almost like rock cut type webbing. That way, the top of it, if I would have a derailment, at least I can try to get back there over top somehow and get the cars over here in this access panel here. I can reach somewhat part of that over excuse me, over here, not so much, just that panel right there with the tunnel in it comes off of a screw, but the rest of that is probably going to be pretty much covered, besides, reaching over top somehow. But I don't know how I'm going to really actually keep it vacuumed or anything like that for the cobwebs to stay out. I guess just going to have to run the vacuum back air and hope that it catches everything, because I'll only be able to do it, from the access panel. I guess I'll figure something out. But until then, guys, that's the end of this update. I know I've did a lot of videos in the Prestonburg video series, showing, all this kind of stuff. I've changed it around, I know. The mountain I've changed 2-3 times. Now it's completely going. I'm one of them people that change their ideas after, looking at something. It just don't look right after a while. So here we go again. Hopefully this time I will figure it out and get it done. There'll be a little bit of some kind of rail trail type scene on this Prestonburg area. That will be in a later video. So I got a couple a good idea, I think. A couple things that I got off of eBay that I'm going to make a trail out of. I'm hoping that I'll be able to fit it into the new mountain and get it to come over somewhere, along into the scene back here. Maybe I'll even change my idea about some kind of rock cut or something back here. I may just put the idea in what I'm going to use for the trail, the walking trail. I may just put them in and put the black board behind it on the wall as the background. Okay, guys, well, this is going on 15 minutes, so that's going to be the end of this update. I'm going to go in. I'm going to bed because I got to take my daughter to school tomorrow morning. And I'm going to try to slip out here and work on some more of this while she's in school before I have to go back and pick her up. So, until the next video, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment in the section down below, and ding the bell icon so you don't miss no videos on this channel. Thanks for watching.